Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my player, the 6'10" power forward from Australia. So to begin, as I've said, I've gone with the power forward for a multitude of reasons, with the first one being I enjoy that position the most. It's a very fun play style, can expand and do a lot of things both offensively and defensively, and can be a very big part of any successful team, both in-game and the NBA previously. On the defensive end, has the ability to guard just about anyone on the floor, and to play lockdown D and be a terrier in the paint for opposing teams. Good shot blocking potential, being 6'10", as well as going with the athletic play style, gives me a good motor and great athletic abilities through vertical and speed to get up and down the floor easily and be a monster shot blocker and offensive and defensive rebounder. Athletic play styles also very good because you start out being able to dunk. I'm almost certain that the other play styles for a power forward can't dunk if you're not an athletic play style, so that's another reason that I've gone with it. Then on the offensive end, you're primarily around the paint and the rim for dunks and layups. Can have a really solid post game, as most power forwards do. Can even expand out to the mid-range and three-point lines to have a complete game. So I've got a lot of respect for the position and find it really fun to play, so I've gone with it. Gone with the Eraser as nickname and cutter, post up low and pick and roll man plays, because I think they suit my play style the most. Shooting form 14, shot base 17, and then just a bunch of other things from pull-ups to dribble moves in which I thought looked the cleanest. Really like what they've done with the My Player and My Career being two separate menus this year. Also with the suits and things and all the extra bonus stuff you can purchase prior to going into the draft. I won't be doing this simply because I'm using just SP. I won't be using VC, and I'll explain later why, but it creates a different approach and changes things up, especially with the two different menus. As I said, I'm not a big fan of VC, and I won't be using it at all through this My Player, just nothing but skill points. I try to play as simulation as possible. I use the Pro and Default game settings for the gameplay simply because I think this gives the most realistic simulation basketball. So things like boxing out, setting screens, spacing the floor, etc. are all things that I try to do. Times when players just stand there and do nothing or run in circles, but it's all good. I haven't got a problem with it. So far, though, I really liked what they've done with the games. Presentation is really nice. One thing that I was hoping would be fixed from last year was the bumping in the paint, which I think they have almost perfect now. There's enough so you don't feel like you can go wherever you want in the paint, but there's not too much to the point where you can't get into the paint with a little bit of push and shove. Really nice so far. Another thing is the on-ball D. You can play some this year. You can stay in front of people. Crossovers and things like that can still get you past people with ankle breakers and things, but it's very well done this year. The passing is nice also, being instant when you use the icon. There was a bit of a delay last year in 2K12, so this year they've made it instant, which is another great addition. You can stand in front of people, and now when you press Y you can test a shot. It's instant, and it wasn't instant last year. There's a little bit of delay. And also, when you actually do contest a shot this year, it feels like it's more effective. It gives a greater response to the person shooting the ball. It's harder for them to knock down shots, so that's another good thing. The blocking is also really, really nice. It looks very realistic and makes for some monster moments. I get a really nice block in the showcase game, which I'll show coming up. The game all around so far, I'm really enjoying it. 2K still has a long way to go, but they're getting better and better every year, undoubtedly. And my hat is off to the 2K development team because they've done some great things this year. I will play the first full year for the team I get drafted to, just out of good faith. Doesn't matter what team, I will play the first full year, give it a shot, and hopefully we can make it to the playoffs and do some good things. But at the very least, as I said, I will play one full year for the team I get drafted to. I play 12-minute quarters. I don't just play key games, I play all the games. So it should be, a long thing. Hopefully I can race a couple of games a day so we can get it through a couple of seasons in a couple of months. But yeah, it should be good, and I'm hoping it's good. So thanks for watching, and the showcase game will be coming up soon. Appreciate it.